Season finale time for The Walking Dead. TS-19. Test Subject 19. What's this episode getting out of 10?
It won't be 19, that's for
No,
sure.
it might be a 1.9. But yeah, we kick off the episode. We're lit inside. Big light. He's like, secure the perimeter. And then, out of nowhere, comes Dr. Jenner with his assault rifle. Looks like he's an NRA member to me.
I didn't know doctors were packing these days. Somebody said that, I can't remember.
Daryl, it was Daryl that said that. Then he basically takes him on like a 5-minute tour down the elevator. I gotta keep my eye on you, Carl. Pure Nancy tactics here by Edwin Jenner. And then showers. Then they have showers. He shows in the living quarters. But before this, we had the dinner. Rick sees that Jenner looks a bit depressed. And he's like, we gotta thank our guest here.
Yo, how quickly are you fucking running through this here? You're halfway through the episode. Only 48 seconds in.
Because it was fucking pish.
Alright, okay. Right, so they're all getting drunk. They let Carl taste a bit of wine. Deal. Oh, kids in Italy and France drink wine from their 8. Aye, well, fucking kids in Islam or Islamic countries are getting touched for when they're 6. I mean,
We're gonna fucking bring that in this episode.
Oh, Muhammad married a child when he was 6. That's alright. Fucking here, Carl. You're gonna marry bloody Jackie. Deed Jackie. Yeah, so they have the dinner. Shane says, oh, like, we didn't really come here for the wine and the, the hot water. We came here for the, I guess they came here for safety.
Answers. Damn it. And then he gives him some answers. He shows test subject 19 what happens when you're alive with your brain and then when you turn. So you basically got all these...
Yeah, so it shows you... basically, it's like... you got all these colours when you're alive, and then when you're dead, it's just like a wee tiny fucking red.
Which kind of suggests like you can think some stuff, like the way where they're opening doors, and that must just fade over years.
Yeah, so
there's this. I mean, Jenner... very depressed.
Then we see like a big bullet going through the brain, and then
you killed it.
Yeah, so we find out that Jenner actually killed it. And test subject 19 was his wife. Jenner says she shouldn't have died. Jenner says that she was she could perform miracles, and that if she was alive, there would be hope, but not him. He's just a guy. I mean, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt if test subject 19's alive, they find a cure, and that place doesn't blow up and.
He also reveals that everyone else shot themselves. So are we just led to believe that like 11 doctors shot themselves and that's it?
That's mad. Like, see, according to him, if test subject 19 was alive and he was dead, season 2 wouldn't happen. Because she would have just fixed everything in season 1.
That's it. Could have been. Rick could have woke up from his coma and life could have been back to normal.
Apparently, yep. But test subject 19 did die. We then, that's it really. Everyone gets drunk. They have showers. They're marking it over the water. What else happened?
They're reading books. Rick thanks Jenner twice. He thanks him in when they're having the dinner, then he thanks him after. And then like, he's drunk. He can barely even sit down. And it's just... I don't know, man. This episode for a finale, thinking of it, it was not...
It was like an altercation between Shane and Laurie where like Shane's like forcing himself on Laurie and she like scrabs his neck and he fucking walks out in the huff or whatever.
How'd you do? I did that in my... first time I've seen you do that in your sleep.
Yeah, then the next day they're like, what happened to your neck? And he's like, he's like, I did that in my sleep. And people are saying in this episode, like, some feminists are saying that Shane tried to rape Laurie in this episode. I mean, fuck me, if that's what he was trying to do, like, I mean, 90-pound Laurie was grabbing his neck, wouldn't have stopped the guy, like, so,
yeah,
it's just weird, because, like, see if a woman was coming on to a man like this, and he was like, nah, like, say if his roles were reversed, and, like, Shane's say if the roles are reversed, and it's, like, the guy's wife that he thought was dead, and she comes back, see if the woman did exactly what Shane did here. I mean, no one would ever say, oh, she tried to rape him. That would just never get said.
No.
No, do you know what I mean? Say if Laurie is a guy, and it's, her wife's came back, so Rick's playing the party, his wife, and, you know what I mean, the third wheel was a woman.
Yeah, I know,
So
127% get you.
And then even in future episodes, like, I mean, like, Laurie did seem a bit upset about it, but then she's like, okay, and she's asking Shane to stay. Like, I mean, I'm sure that if Shane did try to rape her, like, she wouldn't be wanting him to stay, and not everything would be okay, like, you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly. But yep, T-Dog makes him his scrambled eggs.
Yeah, T-Dog says, "Oh, I'm good at eggs, but I know they're not the real thing, but I'm good." Well, I mean, at least we know that T-Dog's good at something, because he's been good at fuck all so far.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's done absolutely nothing. No spoilers for what he does in later seasons, but I mean, he dropped the damn key, and how the hell did the key fall down the drain? Seriously, come on.
Well, I mean, you say he's done nothing, but I mean, compared to like Carl, he's the fucking Rock at this point, is he not? Like,
Same colour as the Rock, but that's about it.
he's nowhere near the same colour as the Rock.
He's a bit darker, isn't he?
Nice, a wee bit darker, but
If the Rock's galaxy, this guy's Bourneville.
you're goddamn right. But yeah,
That makes us Milky Bar.
we're getting
Milky
like
Bar kid.
we're like 30 minutes into the episode, and then like the generators and all start shutting down. So
Would
like,
that make the Mayans Karamak?
I probably would, But then we're 30 minutes into the episode, and then Jenner's like, you gotta get the gas into the thing, man. And then we get the Glenn, Shane, Rick, and T-Dog going out, and Daryl as well.
Yeah, they go down to like a basement thing where there's generators and
There's no oil or no fuel left.
right, and then it turns out Dale's like, I've been looking at that timer. What happens when it hits 0? Jenner basically tells everybody when it hits 0, this building explodes. They'll start freaking out. Jenner then says that they can't get out because he said when the doors. I told you when you came in, when the doors shut, they stay shut, which is a bit misleading.
Yeah, he meant you would have interpreted that as a safety thing, like you aren't leaving. That's it. We're staying here, rather than when you come in here, you're dead. This is your.
I don't even think he would have meant that. I think he would have meant here for the rest of the night. Those doors ain't opening again. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he would.
For the foreseeable future.
You're never ever allowed to leave. I don't think he even would interpret it as that. I think he would have just went, right, you're not coming back out there tonight, and I'd be like, fair enough. So yeah, it turns out that
Daryl then grabs a fire axe, tries to take it to his dome. The group are like, no. Shane then points the shotgun
yeah,
at
so
his
funny.
dome.
Shane actually has to stop Daryl from hitting him with the fucking axe, but then Shane decides, fuck it. Picks up a gun, looks like he's going to shoot him. Rick pushes him to the floor. Rick's like, enough of this.
He destroys a couple of monitors in the process, and now it's fire axe time to the big metal door. They're trying to talk him out of it. Nothing's happening. He then says about Rick, he's like, you said yourself, Rick, there's no hope left, because Rick said to him earlier on the episode.
Yeah, Rick says he didn't think he could protect, he couldn't stop his the inedible happen, and he wouldn't be able to stop his wife and kid from being killed. And out of everybody, this seemed to affect Shane the most.
Yeah, Shane went off on one.
He's like, you really said that? I mean, that's fucking Lois just accepting it. I was like, oh well, maybe I did pick the wrong one.
I get Rick's point. Like, I guess if you're fucking living like this constantly, it would be hard, but you never turn around and fucking say it. But, like, especially to a guy you've known, what, fucking an hour?
Maybe it was a bit shit. Jenner did throw him under the bus a wee bit, I thought. There.
Like, you could have maybe said it to Shane or something. He's like, fuck, I don't know how long we can keep living like this or something.
No, I thought Jenner threw him under the bus.
No, he did, but why should Rick expect Jenner to fucking have his back? They've just pointed guns at him, for fuck's sake.
True.
I mean, where's Jenner's like, I need to know your loyalties lie, Effie. They fucking lie with the door. The door slams shut.
Jenner's also, he said stuff about France is the closest or something to finding it.
But they ran out of fuel like this place. Are you trying to tell me that these buildings like this aren't run on like secret shit?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine buildings like this have so much emergency backup fuel.
Like I know they're like 70 days into an apocalypse, and you could argue, well, that's probably all run out, which is kind of what happened. But
no, I would imagine that like a CDC center or something that's supposed to be like
Center for Disease.
Would that not be like one of the most important buildings?
But look in real life, the threat of nuclear war and all this shit. You try to tell me like there's not places that can survive for fucking more than 70 days? I'd say this building would be it.
Exactly, I think there'd be like emergency fucking backup shit like that. But yeah, about 4 minutes to go. He says, right, well, here I'll give you a chance. He opens the doors,
and then he's like, oh yeah, but the glass won't open, brother.
Yeah. But it's weird, they're trying to bring down these doors, and he just says like a rocket launchers wouldn't even get through these doors. And they're hitting it with like bats and stuff and pickaxes.
I guess you would, desperate situations.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures, but...
Yeah, so the group decide to leave, but then Jackie's like, I'm staying. No one really gives a fuck apart from T-Dog.
Jackie said she's staying and no one really cared. T-Dog kind of cared because that meant he became like the defuncto black man. He came like the only black guy left, so... He knew as soon as Jackie went, he could go at any time. So, by number logic, he kind of wanted Jackie to stay. Didn't happen.
Yep. Andrew then says, well, you know what? Fuck it. We need to make it 60% chance of white. She's staying. Dale then says, nope, we need to make it 75% chance of white. He's like, nope, I'm staying if
Yeah,
you're
so,
staying.
so Dale can't confess. I mean, when Andrea said she was staying, like Dale was like, "Fucking no, you can't." But when Jackie said she was staying, Dale didn't give a shit. Dale was like, "Ah, you can kill yourself."
I know, but Dale gives the whole thing of, oh, you and your sister are the only people I cared about. When Amy died, did he really give a fuck? He was more concerned about Andrea than Amy.
I don't know, but does he really? I mean, well, not how much time's passed since a day.
I know.
I mean, I highly doubt he cares so much more about Andrea now than he did Amy.
I know, so it doesn't really make logical sense, like, but he basically says, well, if you stay, I stay, the rest of the group at this point fucks off. They're trying to break the glass on the outside. Shane shoots it. It's not really happening. Carol then says, hey, I found this in your bag when I was washing your clothes when you arrived. And Shane's like, a nail clipper ain't gonna do it, Carol.
Well, I thought it was a funny line like that, but turns out she's got a grenade. The grenade that Rick took from the tank, so I guess that did come in handy. Rick placed it at the bottom of the...
And then he places it, he pulls the pin, and then he like realizes, oh fuck, I've just pulled a pin of grenade. He starts running.
It's a grenade, Rick. What else do you think it's gonna
fucking idiot. It blows up the glass. They start running for the hills. They drop a few walkers in the way. They take the cover. As they're about to take the cover, though, Dale has convinced Andrea. They're on the way out. Then we see Jackie and Jenna look at each other. Like 7 seconds left. Dale and Andrea get the cover. Everyone else gets the cover.
7 seconds left. See if you decided that you'd had enough. I mean, did you change your mind? Like, what can you really do?
Fucking hee-haw.
Do you think with 7 seconds left there's something Jenna can do to override that? You think there might be, wouldn't there?
There probably is something to override it, but maybe he doesn't have the clearance for it. Maybe it's like top man clearance.
Maybe he needs to fucking phone a friend. Phone's test subject 19.
But we don't want to give you that.
Anyway, then
the building blows up.
Yeah, so Dale and Andrea building blows up. They all take cover. Boom. Big massive explosion. I mean, it's almost like they wasted the fucking entire season 1 budget on this explosion. I mean, seriously, I would have preferred a couple of extra scenes with good shit rather than this big explosion.
Yeah, it's like
seeing this explosion as a visual didn't mean fuck all. I just don't get it. Like
see realistically,
but
right?
They probably thought this was like, oh, this is the best. Oh, that's a finale. You know,
no,
a building explosion.
and then they drive away, right? But you could have almost had
some shit theme song.
I know
in the
you could have almost had the countdown go like 3, 2, 1, and then see as soon as it hits 1, the screen just fades to black, and you could have saved budget big time.
And you could have gave us good shit.
You know what I mean? And
the explosion didn't really do anything for me.
Because see if it did that, you could maybe have thought, fuck, has that explosion reached like Andrea and Dale or something, along those lines, but we didn't get it, guys. Episode 5 basically set this up to get into this building. We had a meal. Jenner then basically says, I'm going to kill you, and then he's like, I'll let you out, try and get a chance, and they escape. That's it. We basically wasted 2 episodes here.
Yeah, so we wasted see, episode 5 was essentially them going, episode 6 was them there, and then episode 6 is them leaving. Shane wanted to go with Fort Bennett, should have went there.
You say that, but they go there at the start of season 2, spoilers, and they can't get past the roadblocks. So what would the difference of 2 days have made? You know what I mean?
They could have got past the roadblocks.
What would the difference of 2 days made though? Would have made nothing.
Fucking Dale's hose went. Nothing to do with roadblocks.
Roadblock was there.
Dale's hose went.
Aye.
That's why they had to stop.
Aye, but the fucking were roadblocked, mate.
No, they weren't. Daryl says all went up and said, aye, Mum will go through, and they were going through.
So what, they just go to the farm because Carl's shot? Sophia got...
Yes!
Alright, Fort Bennett. Well, maybe the same fucking scenario would have played out then. 2 days of fucking earlier. But anyway, right, we have to rate the fit. We have to rate...
Another person's deed. Jackie dies. Who gives a fuck, seriously?
Well, that's a finale death. Her and Jenna. 2 guys we didn't fucking know or care.
See, to be honest, I did probably care more about Jenna's death than I did Jackie.
I know.
I would put Jenna above Jackie in a character tier list.
Definitely. But we have to rate it out of 10. Finale.
I'd probably put Jenna above Jen.
I know. Right, anyway.
And Amy.
Right, you have to rate it out of 10. I'm giving it
I don't know if I'd put him above Ed, because Ed might batter me.
Aye. She couldn't batter the fucking fish. Right. Out of 10, I'm giving it a 5.
Oh fuck, that's high, isn't it?
High?
What this fucking shit? Oh, you know what? I don't want to completely kill the rating for season. I'll give it a 5 because I thought some of the dialogue was good. But for a finale, no.
Actually, you don't downgrade it. A 4? Is it a 4?
No, I've given it a 5. You give it a 5.
But we have to rate the season now I'm going to give the season a 6. You know what? Fuck. I probably would have gave this season like an 8, a 7.5 before rewatching this, but nah.
I'll give it a 7.
Really?
Aye.
But if we worked out the rate, if we divided each episode by 6 after adding them all up, it wouldn't work out as a 7. Nowhere fucking near.
Alright, then 8. What did we give? The first episode an 8. Then
It was like
8, 7,
6.5.
6.5.
6.5. I gave the last episode a 5, so 5.5. And then this would have got a 5.
So 5, 5, 5, 5.5.
You're probably looking at like a 6.3 or something overall.
And you're really crying about me giving it a 7?
No, but you don't have to. No greeting about anything. Anyway, what we are greeting about season 2. We have to review it. 13 episodes. We're getting there.
This finale was pish. It really was. I mean, it wasn't good. My problem is this was it the worst? Probably, yeah. I'd say the worst episode of season 1. And a finale shouldn't. You shouldn't feel that way about a finale.
Like, I think if it doesn't set up for the next season, does it? It just.
See the way this ended. That I mean, it was this almost ended as if they didn't know they were getting a season 2.
Yeah.
I think.
Like, realistically, what storylines are still going? Because you can even see by this point the Merle thing's done. Realistically, if you never want to bring him back, everyone who was bitten or is done. Like, realistically, going forward, what have you got?
Nothing. I don't know. I mean, aye.
Fuck all.
Bye.
That's it, guys. Till next time. TS-19 at your mercy.